So today we're going to be covering 10 things Fish needs to add for it to be a better game. And we're not just talking about like more players. Like sure, it's going to naturally give it more players, but there are some things that it really needs to make it more enjoyable. Some things are just really annoying to have to deal with. Some things would just make life so much better. So the first thing we need is a run speed modifier so that we don't have to feel like we're taking an eternity to travel. Like the worst place for this is going to be like Northern Expedition, and you really feel it at like Ancient Isle, where you're just like, can I run any faster, dude? And I hope that they don't make it like a game pass. This should be an item in the game like speed boots or something like that where you can equip them. So being able to like go here, equip, and then maybe have some like really fast speed boots. And just to make sure newbies can't get this easily, they should make it either really expensive or make it like level locked or something. I don't know. Yeah, imagine you just try to get to the volcano and you're like, I wish I had boots. Even the advanced glider is not as fast as it used to be. Not as fast. But either way, like we need boots. We need speed boots. Speaking of items, the next thing we really need is better separation of items from fish. I don't know about you, but this is a lot smaller than my usual inventory size. The other day I had like probably close to 500 plus fish in here. Sometimes you just want to go and find your items, and yeah, you could search for it, but I just want a better way to like see my items versus my fish. It's kind of weird that items are like mixed with fish in the first place. And sometimes you just want to be able to see what you have. Going through your inventory like this, the inventory management in this game is horrible. So hopefully they'll fix that. The next thing we really need is cold storage. Yep, cold storage. You probably don't know what that means. Well, some of you do, some of you don't. Cold storage basically means a storage that you don't access very often. So like I've got a bunch of fish in here that I'll never trade out. I'll never sell. I'm collecting them just to collect them for future value. So I don't need to access it very often, which is why they call it cold storage. It's kind of like collecting dust, your dusty storage, you know, the area that you don't access very often. And so, or like a vault would work too. Basically, I want a way to be able to move all of these fish. So for example, I got a bunch of turkeys in here. I don't know, you know, like how many turkeys I got. I way too many turkeys. I have way too many of them. I don't plan on selling them. I might trade, you know, I might trade them out later, but I really need this out of my inventory so I don't see turkeys all day long. After a while, you're just going to keep seeing it and seeing it and seeing it. The problem is they use this like default Roblox inventory like code system, which could be problematic if they want to be able to do cold storage. I don't know how they're going to do it. They would have to have two different inventory systems. It's going to be tough, but not my issue. That's their problem, not mine. The next thing this game really needs, speaking of finding my stuff, they need the ability for you to search for rods. So if you notice, like I've got a ton of rods in here, and I don't know how many times I've like tried to search for like, okay, where's my rod of the depths? Like I have to remember the shape of it. That's the Forgotten Fang. All right. And sometimes they move around. I don't know, like they don't have any kind of sorting logic in here, I don't think. Sometimes like rods will just move around. Rod of the depths used to be like over here, and then it moved over here. No life rod's been sticking around right there lately, and it's just weird. I don't understand why they move around. Like what kind of sorting logic is in this? It seems to be fairly random. I have to kind of like, when I'm skimming through all of these, look at how many rods I've got, dude. It's just so many. But what if I just wanted to be able to like show me my no life rod? So I have to go through this every single time. The other thing they could do is add like favoriting, but I'd rather just be able to search for it. This is just crazy, and it's going to only get worse. So I hope they find some kind of solution for this, because trying to find my rod is like pain, just pure pain. Now we're moving away from some inventory management. I know. You're like, DB, you were just going to sit there and complain about the UI and inventory all day. No, I've got some other stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry. The next thing that the game needs is a place that you can flex your stuff and be proud of it. No, I'm not talking about like just doing this over all day long and like sitting on a stand and saying like, look, everyone, I've got this mythical depth key. What if you wanted to have like a really cool display to be proud of? So some friends of mine made this game called Primal Hunt a while back. It's supposed to be like one of Roblox's like non-Roblox looking games. You know, it's meant to not look like Roblox, but yeah, we're still on Roblox, by the way. They've got this really cool housing system, and I don't think Fish needs something as intricate as this, but wait until you see this. It's insane. All right, so this is the demo house. You can see it's fully customizable, but what's really cool is imagine you could put like shark heads on the walls or in display cases. Like being able to, like, this is so cool right here. Like they got these like dinosaurs and stuff. This game's called Primal Hunt, by the way, if you want to check it out. But you can like show off all your weapons. So like having weapon or like rod stands of your collection like this. Dude, you can see all of the different rods you have, and then you can have like missing slots, so there's certain ones that you need. Super cool. And then they got these like statues here that you can designate. So I got like the T-Rex. But this is kind of what the game needs. They got such cool fish for you to catch. Like, why not have like really cool places to display them? That way your friends can stop by and see like what stuff you've collected. It gives you more reason to keep stuff than like just selling it. And now with the recent update with Exalted Relics, you have these enchants, and one of them is Invincible. And the point of Invincible is to be able to make it so that you could use any rod in Volcano or in the Brine Pool. And in this case, dude, both of those places are not so great, all right? Like, the Brine Pool is okay for Spectrals, but we need another place that's a higher level that gives us a reason to use Invincible, because there's no reason really to use anything other than Reinforced. So if they had something that's like a Meg that was high level and a little harder to catch, I could see having to do that, especially if it was like a good money-making area. They need to like nerf the depths and make it so that like the best money place is a new area, maybe inside of Atlantis. But we'll know in about a week from now, so we'll see what they've got planned for us. The next thing Fish really needs is better quests. Like, most of the quests that we've done are pretty like basic. So I think the most comprehensive one that I've seen is the red crystal, and a little bit of this one. This one was kind of, I mean, can't even call it comprehensive. Basically just needed to find 4 seaweed, bring it back to him. Plus you had to complete the bestiary. So like, that's not really a like true quest. And the guy at the top of the Northern Expedition, his quest was kind of minimal too. The archaeologist one wasn't too bad. So you had to go and like fish up a bunch of stuff. But again, it's very similar to this one where you just had it like scavenger. So what I feel like is they need to have more epic style quests where you like progress more through like a series of things. So like quest number 1 is to do these things. Quest number 2 is do these things, and so on until you complete it. I guess the Santa quest was a little bit like that, but not so much. It was probably the closest to the example that I'm giving you. But yeah, we need more quests that are interesting and keep our attention longer than like an hour. The next thing we need is the ability for fish to damage you. They already started a little bit of this with the like dangers on the way to Ancient Isle. And I don't know why I'm using this snowmobile, by the way. I'm just gonna get on it. But they need more dangers like this. I think it'd be really cool if you actually had to fight or like avoid damage while you're fishing, giving it a little bit more challenge, a little bit more dangerous. Like the Meg, for example. Imagine the Meg had a chance, if you didn't do certain things, it could like destroy your boat or damage you. And for some reason, I didn't get any like traps. Let's see if we can trigger one. Wow, the one time I actually, you know, am trying to show the traps, it doesn't show, but the times I'm trying to avoid all that stuff, there we go. See, like that. So that's the closest thing that you have that can cause damage to you. I mean, that's as far as it goes. That wasn't very scary. But imagine there was like some kind of fish, like a shark, that could destroy your boat. Kind of like shark bite, but not really. The next thing Fish needs is a harder boss. So like something that you can fish to damage over time to be able to catch it as like kind of a cooperative goal. So typically speaking, like I see there's a Meg out here, actually. I should go catch that. Typically speaking, if there's like a Meg, the people that hook it within a certain amount of time can catch it, right? It's pretty much you catch it, and then what if there was a giant boss, kind of like the Kraken? I saw the Kraken leaks. If there was something like the Kraken where multiple people could catch whatever it is that you're trying to go for, but it's like a long effort. It's not like just a simple RNG like fish cast and then you might have a chance to catch it. Not like that. I'm saying like a progress bar where you're actually damaging a boss. And as soon as the boss is defeated, you catch whatever it is. Kind of like Pokemon raids. I don't know if you've ever like Pokemon Go. Kind of like that, where everyone's trying to like help each other defeat the raid boss. And then after the raid boss is gone, then everyone else, you know, has a chance at getting that raid Pokemon. There we go. All right, we caught it. We caught it. So we only got a regular Meg, but that's okay. That's okay. And finally, we have trading in the game, right? So you could obviously offer fish. It's not really trading, truly, because you're having to offer fish and you're hoping the other person offers back, which can lead to like crazy scams. Be careful. But imagine you could do the same for skins. So you have all these limited skins, right? That no one's ever going to be able to get. There's a lot of people that are completionists, and as a result, if you miss something, especially if you join the game late, like maybe you just found out about fish, let me know in the comments below if any of this applies to any of you. But imagine you just found out about fish and you missed out on that rod. So like I missed out on the buddy rod. I missed out on the Halloween rod. I'm kind of bummed that I'm missing some rods, and same for the boats. So like I'm missing a couple boats. There's one I'm still working on, but I think I'm missing the Halloween boat. So as a result, I'm kind of like, man, I don't feel complete, right? But imagine you could trade those skins or even boats or potentially limited rods. That would be crazy, crazy OP. Now, you obviously have to have some kind of consideration for level cap rods. So for example, if you have the Forgotten Fang, you obviously wouldn't be able to use this rod without the proper level. So they could still make it so like you're too low level to use this rod, or make it so you can't equip it until you are of level. But there's no reason you can't own the rod. So it'd be really cool to be able to trade rods to be able to, especially if they're limiteds. And they can always trade lock stuff. Like you can't trade stuff that's still active in the game, but if it's like an old limited, that most of those rods are kind of just worthless. Like, you know, the relic rod, oh my gosh, one of the weakest rods in the game. And why would it matter? I can always like trade it out and then got another one. So could be a very useful aspect of the game if they added trading to skins. I don't know why a lot of games don't do this. Anyway, quick video today. Let me know in the comments below what's one thing you wish Fish would add they've been wanting, or even a couple things. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, happy grinding. Peace.